Hello Space Cadets, it's Vector Spaceman coming to you live once again from Harbor Station, broadcasting on all frequencies to our beautiful planet Earth. Whether you're watching us live or after the show today, don't you know we're glad to have you on board. Thanks for helping us make outer space the place to be, as we get set to rocket into another session of all the things we like to love and love to share. Today is Saturday, December 11th, 2021. Hope your weekend's starting off right, Space Cadets. We got a rare opportunity to sleep in this morning, but we're going to be busy for the rest of the weekend. We're going to be offline tomorrow to do some work around the station, but we'll be back on Monday with a new schedule and a new week full of fun content. If you missed our last show, well, we had our first on-stream playthrough of Into the Breach, the successor game to the Subset Game Studios' popular FTL, Faster Than Light, which we've been playing on and off over the past couple of weeks. We had some brief hiccups in the early stage, but in our second run we made it all the way to the end, defeated that alien menace, and saved the Earth with the help of our eager Space Cadets. We unlocked some new mechs and pilots as well along the way, so maybe we'll return for some more Into the Breach in the future. To stay up to date with all of our broadcasts though, be sure to follow Vector Spaceman on Twitter, YouTube, and right here on Twitch. Well, after our successful stream last night with position-based tactical gameplay, we're going to continue to flex our brains today with a return to Baba Is You, the charming language-based puzzle game that we've been spending time with every so often. I think it's been about 2 weeks though since we last played. I wonder if maybe we bounce between titles too frequently on the channel. For me, I like to schedule out the week with some variety, so it's not the same game night after night, but maybe some people would prefer to see the same game on consecutive nights, especially if it's a narratively driven title. Let me know what you think, Space Cadets. Should we try to be efficient and burn through games all in one string of streams, or do you prefer getting the chance to see bits and pieces of gameplay across different weeks? We'll take that into consideration when planning new content for the channel. Now, before we begin though, as always, we want to give a quick little salute to some of our favorite followers and members of the community. Give a little shout out. You know we love to see familiar faces on the show, Space Cadets, so for those of you listening live, of course, feel free to drop a comment in the chat and join the conversation. Today we are taking a look at Kenshiro Bones, our friendly neighborhood revenant. He's been playing rhythm and platforming games over on his Twitch channel, and we got acquainted the other day while streaming the Super Fancy Pants Adventure series, which we're planning to spend more time on next week as well. It's always good to meet fellow streamers with an appreciation for old school Flash classics and mid-2000s internet culture. Of course, you know that's what we're all about here on this channel, so I encourage everybody to check him out. He's getting very close to 100 followers on his Twitch channel, so let's try to help him cross that threshold, shall we? Kenshiro, thanks for helping out the channel. Wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day. And speaking of crossing channel milestones, remember, of course, Space Cadets, that we're getting closer and closer to our own target of 50 followers by the new year. After last night's stream, we're now only 10 followers away, so let's keep shooting for the stars. Alright, Space Cadets, let's get started with today's show. It's time to put on our thinking caps as we spend some time relaxing with a little Baba Is You. Let's head on over to the big screen. Alrighty. See if we can remember where we left off last time. Okay, we got 2 more to go to clear this section, so let's spool up some puzzles, shall we? Crate Square. And for those of you new to the series, what Baba Is You is a really cool language-based puzzle game where we can manipulate different strings of commands to affect the game space. So for example, here we're seeing Baba Is You, that's us, we can move around. Edge is stop, so we can't pass through these. Flag is melt, which should mean that if we step into it... Oh, but we can't step into it, can we? What else do we have here? Flag is defeat. Brick is hot. Brick, what is brick? Oh, this is brick. What we're walking on here. So for example, if we were to go and push this string of text over, then suddenly water becomes hot. Okay, so that's what water, it was sticking on. And because flag is melt, then as soon as the flag hits the water, it gets destroyed. And what's more, if we were to step on the brick, now that it says brick is defeat, we'd get wasted. Meanwhile, flag is win and pull, meaning that if it was there, we could probably do something with it. Let's back up a bit. Okay, how are we going to approach this one? can we use crates to push some of this stuff? No, because box is pull. Okay. So that means we can move it into position like this. Now, what can we do here? Can't push it, but we can pull it. Well, let's just see what happens when we have box on those bricks when brick becomes defeat. Okay, nothing happens to the boxes. Now, here's a question. Can boxes... Oh, I think we got ourselves trapped in there. That's no good. But can boxes be pulled... Or can they chain pull stuff? Or do we only ever get one? Okay, they can chain pull. So in that case... Can we use boxes to pull out some of these letters? We would just have to find a way to get them adjacent to here. So how can we do that? Let's see. Now we can't pull the flag directly, can we? No. Because we pull it onto the brick. Brick is hot. So it gets destroyed. Alright, but we're on to something there, definitely. And we can't pull the brick itself because it's a background asset, basically. Whoops. So ideally, we would like to get that brick to pull out these letters. But how do we do that? How do we do that? Now I'm thinking, can we pull... No, I was going to say if we put boxes on either side of the flag, I don't think that's going to change anything about how we manipulate it. No, because it still gets destroyed. That's not going to work. Now these were all arranged in a nice little square originally, but they don't pull anything that's adjacent to them, just whatever's in a straight line. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I've got it now. So we don't want to... This is what happens when we move stuff over. Flag becomes win. Brick becomes defeat. Instead of being hot. But if we can get those effects to trigger at the exact same time, like for example... Whoops. Darn it. Alright, here we go. Now look what... Oh! Now look what happens. So we'll push these over. The boxes should pull the flag at the same time that bricks stop being hot. There we go. And then we can walk right into the... Oh, no, we can't walk right into the flag. We can't walk right into the flag because bricks become defeat, so we have to move a couple of these out of the way. Continue to pull the flag. Now we can get it. Oh, now we can't get it because... Because why? Why can't we walk into the flag? Alright, we've traded one problem for another here. Let's break off of that. Okay, do we have to... Okay, we just have to take off pull. I think that's all we have to do. Get these out of the way. Out of the way. That would really mess me up if we got stuck in there again. Oh! You just sit over here. Okay, now that it's not pull, we should be able to walk into it. There we go. Just had to take care of that last little bit. Alright, a good start. Ghost Friend, this one is called. What do we got here? Okay, a lot going on. Lag is you. Baba is Baba and you. Alright, so we're controlling both at the same time here. Ghost is pull. So we've got to keep ourselves from moving too far because Baba and the flag can get out of range of one another. For example, we can keep going this way. Now we're offset quite a bit. But that might be important to victory here. Let's find out. Alright, ghost is ghost and weak. What does that mean? It means we can't push the ghost, but we can pull it because ghost is pull. Alright. But ghost can also be move if we were so inclined. When he moves up and down. Okay, great. So we're gonna have to move him out of the way before we trigger that then. Because otherwise he's gonna mess up our plans. Let's pull him this way. Then we can move him into being move. And he'll just run back and forth over here, I suppose. Skull is defeat. Ghost is ghosted and weak. Hedge is stop. So, will the... Here's the question. Will the ghost be defeated if it hits those skulls? And another question. Can the ghost move us, or will it get destroyed? Yeah, it gets destroyed when it touches us, okay. So Baba can't move all the way out here, of course, because as soon as we go one more space over, the flag would get destroyed. Although maybe that's just a distraction. Maybe we don't need that flag to win. But something needs to be win, right? That's why we've got this empty space over here. So I presume we have to move flag all the way back over here so that flag becomes win, so that we win, as it were. Okay, so maybe we have to waste this flag up here. Just consider it a loss for the moment. Move him. Oh no. So because he's pull and move... we can't redirect him, it looks like. So he'll get pulled in the same direction that we pull him. Am I really overthinking this? Let's find out. I'm gonna try this first. We turn Ghost into a flag. Ghost can't be flag because Ghost is Ghost. That's right, okay. So that's definitely not the way to do it. But maybe we can do this. Let's see. If Ghost can be pull... then maybe we can use it to pull certain items out of here. Let's see. Because here's another option that we could do. We could try to make Ghost win. But of course, since Ghost is weak, we can't touch him and win at the same time. So maybe we have to set him up beforehand. Let's see. Here's the thing, we cannot move beyond a certain space, or else we lose that flag, and I'm pretty sure we need to keep that flag. Unless we can make Ghost into us and Baba into Win. Actually, let's try that. What happens if we do that? Will that pull the U out? No, it won't. It won't pull on its own. But if we stop it there... Whoops. If we stop it there, does it then pull... No, it doesn't even pull out like those boxes did. Because on the last level, the flag itself was pull as well, so I guess that's what chained the whole interaction. Aha! I think I know what we need to do. So Ghost can remain pull. That's fine. And I think that Baba has to be move. we move independently of the ghost... Whoops. If we can set that up proper beforehand, yep. See that? So now we should be able to, let's see. Let's get that flag all the way over there. Out of harm's way. Oops. The skull is defeat. We can't walk right into that. Okay. And we can't jump two over. It's interesting because we're move and we're controlling the movement, I almost feel like we might be able to skip over one of these, but I guess not. Okay. Whoops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we may have gotten ourselves stuck. Alright, let's go back over here. Let's take off move on us. There we go. What is the key there? We can't maneuver around here very well. So I was thinking we might have to move the ghost up here somehow and turn his move function back on to bring it down so that we could then scoot it back over here. Am I just missing how to set that up? Could be, could be. Maybe we have to have the ghost and Baba be move at the same time. Send him scurrying back this way to turn off the Baba's move function. But no, that's not going to work because it only extends down to here. It wouldn't be in range. Let's see. The ghost can't move us because it'll keep destroying itself because it's so weak. That's another thing to note. And unfortunately, we can only get so far here without that flag destroying itself. So we're gonna have to turn move back on. Now what happens if Baba is pull? That's something we haven't tried out before. Is the ghost really that important at all? It's not going to let us pull the flag, unfortunately. So we can push that up into the skulls, which does us no favors. I think the key is getting that ghost up there to walk back and forth and bump that down for us. I think that's why the level is called Ghost Friend. It wants us to use it to our advantage somehow. Now, since Baba is pull, I guess technically we could have the ghost drag us all the way. Oh! And then we wouldn't be move. I wonder if that's it. Let's try that. Reset here. Alright, so ghost is pull. We gotta set him up this way, because that is another way that we could get down there. Baba is pull and ghost is move. Then he'll scoot around. We basically just have to move behind him, and we get dragged all the way down here. Now we can move one square at a time. Perfect. We can come all the way back here. Let him do his thing. Then flag his win. Perfect. Boy, that took us like 15 minutes to figure out. But we're done with the area. Excellent. Another little flower. Alright, so what new zone have we opened up then? That was what? The fourth one? Forest of Fall. 1, 2, 3. So 5. Deep Forest. Let's see what's going on here. Renovating. Probably throw a whole bunch of new mechanics at us. Okay, what is going on here? Kiki is you, so that's us up here, the orange fella. Water is stop, can't go through the water. Wall is defeat. Belt is shift, meaning it moves on its own, okay. Wall is defeat, meaning if we touch the wall, we're done. Flag is win, so. We gotta get over. Now belt is shift. The only thing we can do here is turn belt into push. And when that happens, does that mean that we... Okay, so we're probably gonna have to rearrange parts of it here. Let me guess. Question though, can it go over water? Doesn't look like it. Oh, but I wonder if we can use it to push wall parts out of the way, because technically wall isn't stop here. So if we do that... No, I guess not. Alright. Oh, that's why. Because we have to turn belt back into shift. Okay. I'll turn belt back into push. And shift. And that clears us right to the flag. That one was a no-brainer. All right, a lot easier. Let's see what comes next. I'm sure they'll ramp up the difficulty on us again. Tool shed. Okay, wall is wall. Can't change the walls. Wall is stop. Key is open. Door is shut. Okay. So we can turn key into push and open. No way to get through walls here, it looks like. Oh, wait a minute. Door is shut. But door is not stop. So can we move stuff through here? Yeah, we can. Alright then. Alright then. But how do we get to that? I know how we get to that. This is actually pretty clever, if I'm right about this. We make door push. Oh, but it can't go through the wall. Okay, alright. I think I've got it then. Forget this door business. It's the wall that we have to interact with. If wall is shut, then key should be able to open it. So let's move key into the push place so we can reposition it. And it also has to be open. Thankfully, we've got space to do both. Yeah. Wait a minute. Okay, can't do it there, because we have to create language with it, so we have to open up the top, or the side. The side works just as well. How about door is win, since we got one of those kicking around. That one's pretty clever. There we go. See, now we're in the right headspace for this. Keep out. Okay, we're Kiki. Perfect. Belt is shift. Fungus is melt. Okay, this mushroom up here. Hedge is stop. Got a little maze going. Tree is hot. Which means fungus cannot touch trees unless we change this up. Bug is defeat. What's bug? This is bug. Fungus has flag. Okay, so in that case we want to get the fungus all the way out here somehow to a tree. Okay, tree is pull. Now, if I'm not mistaken, can we put language through these bugs? We can. Okay, so if we wanted to turn the belt into a tree later or something, we have that option. Right now, trees are pull. We want to take it with us right away. belt only goes one way. So we might actually want to turn the belt into pull, so that we don't trap ourselves in there. We can't move it around at all, can we? No, it doesn't do anything. So that's why we have this space here, isn't it? No, not quite, I suppose. Oh, unless... Are we supposed to set up the belt over here as a sort of feeding system? How would that work? No, I don't think so. Maybe the first thing we have to do is get all of this language out of here, but how are we going to do that? How are we going to do that? Can we push it through the hedges? We cannot, because hedges are stop. This one's a brain teaser. Let's see. Let's do a clean slate here. Let's see what we can do. Let's just try doing it the way they've got it set up. So we would jump in here, at which point we'd basically be stuck. Because we can't get our way out because belt is shift. And we can't get rid of these bugs because they're all defeat. Which means that before we go in, we have to turn belt into pull. So that when we do step into it, we'll drag it along with us. Which would get us to about here, but then we'd be able to move stuff around outside if we had to. In fact, we could even set it up like that so we could feed stuff out of it. But of course, we don't have any need for that right now. Really the only other thing that we could do is rock in there with the tree. Let's see what they have in mind there. It'll trail behind us. Then what can we do? We can't push it. We could bring it back this way. At which point we can't even get in anymore because it's blocking the way. So we would have to disable its pull at that point. That is interesting though, that it blocks us from getting pushed back in. That's a good thing to keep in mind. So at this point, if we turn the belt into pull, we can move that out a bit. Or we can even put it right on top of the tree. Oh, hey now. What's going on here? We're pulling it with the tree at the same time. That's wacky. And then we could pull this back out. Now, if only we had a little more space, we could have turned the tree back into pull. Can't do that. So we can't even step on it right now. Because of course it is pull. And if we were to try to get it up in here, we'd just get stuck anyways. Definitely getting somewhere now that we got the tree in that corner. Only problem, of course, is we can't pull any of these words the same way we can push them. Alright, now here's something. I think we've got this. Oh, I had to screw up my brain there for a second, but technically we do have enough pieces still. We just have to abandon the belt is pull aspect. We have to completely abandon. It's a complete commitment of all the utility that we have here. But I'm pretty sure this will work. Now tree is pull, so we should be able to drag it over top of the fungus. Drag that tree back out of the way. Flag. Whew. See, I'm so used to having extra pieces to play around with by the end of these levels. Rarely do I think about sacrificing them in that sort of way, where we can't access them anymore. But if that's what it takes to win, then there's no problem with it, right? Baba doesn't respond. Level 4. Let's see. Okay, Kiki is you, Baba is push, belt is shift. There's a lot going on here. Door is stop, flag is win. Door is stopped, but it's not closed. We could turn it into shut, and at the same time... Hold on, what does that mean? Right now, door is defeat and open. If we push this over, then read is defeat, door is shut and open, so it just gets rid of it. But there's that read in the way, so obviously we can't do anything with that. Bob is push, so can we push him over to the other side here? Yeah. What is this? Move. Okay, so now that we have him over there, do we even want him over there? Because here's what I'm thinking. If we could time it properly, wouldn't it be nice to have Baba knock this over while we're already up here, so that he can put door is shut and open, we can just step through. When that triggers, we'll already be past the read. That would be ideal. I'm not sure that we have enough space for that though, because we've only got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles maybe? By the time that we get all of this stuff over here to Baba's move, we wouldn't have enough time to scurry all the way up there. So instead, can we turn other stuff into push? For example, if we make the belts push, then we wouldn't have to keep running around back and forth like this. Here's a question. What happens if we... Okay, we can't push the belt onto text. Why is that, though? So right now we can touch the reed, that's fine, but we can't touch the door. Because doors stop. And even if we could, even if it wasn't stop, it would still be defeat. I feel like something is going to have to be moved here. There's not enough space up here to drag Baba over, or to push anything over, it looks like. Can't push these into hedges. What happens if we push it? Oh, so we can push it into text, but of course... As soon as we get up here, we can't touch the reed. That's defeat. Just notice that their little animation cycles freeze between movements. That's nice. It is a charming game, even if it is a little difficult. Now the level is called what? Baba doesn't respond, so how does that factor into everything? These right angles, these tight right angles, these are the worst, because you can't push or pull anything in and around them. You know what I just thought, though? Originally, I was thinking that Baba wouldn't have enough space here. Because really, he wouldn't. But that's only if he wasn't being redirected by these belts. So is that something we can do? Basically, we set up a track for him. So we set up the equation here for Baba is move. We would want him to basically be going, here's what we'll do. Okay, I think I got this. Now, Baba is push. Oh, I think we're onto something here. We'll turn you around just so you got extra room. So, when Baba becomes move, he'll go this way, he'll bounce all the way back, come down here, and then knock those into position. That should give us enough time to scoot all the way up here. Oh, with time to spare too, though. Yeah! That's another one that took me quite a while to figure out. But once you get it, you get it. It just clicks. And then you're thinking to yourself, oh, of course, how did I not see that earlier? It becomes super obvious on hindsight. What's this next one called? Patrol. I guess we could do these out of order as well. Especially if they start to stump us. Okay. Skull is defeat and move. Okay, so a little skull snake going back and forth. Which means, are we gonna have to, like, sneak in between its movements? Ball is stop, flag is win, tree is tree. Tree is tree. Sorry, where's tree, though? Text is float. Okay, so text can go over top of the walls, then. And door has tree. Okay. But door is sink. So if door was not sink, alright, we couldn't get in there, but we can walk through doors now. Flag is win, that's fine. Tree is push, so... I'm starting to think there's a whole lot of text here that we don't really need. Can we just bring it down here and push a lot of this stuff out of the way? Oh, hold on. Text is float, but that doesn't mean that it can go through walls. Darn it. I was thinking that was going to be real easy for a second there. Now, what if door was tree? Right now, door has tree, and tree is push. How do we destroy tree? Or door, for that matter? Well, here's what we do. We turn door into push. If I push that into the way, that won't destroy it yet, until we say door has tree and is sink. So now we got a tree. Okay, great. What's that good for us? Oh, hold on. Did that take out one of the skulls? So what if tree has tree and tree is sink? Don't want to go that far up. Okay, now we're on to something. Now why does that work? Tree is sink. Okay. So now if we just move that out of the way, we should be able to walk through doors. Victory! Look at that. Easy peasy. Canyon. What's in store here? Okay, Bob, is you up? What does up mean? What is up, dog? Ghost is push and hot, so we can't touch it? Oh, we can touch it. Belt is shift, text is float, flag is win, flower is defeat and melt. Where are flowers? These along the outside, and these down here? The only thing we can interact with here would be to say belt is up. So that changes the orientation of this. That's cool and all. Flowers defeat and melt, so we can't touch it. Text is float, that's great and all, but it means we can't get through these walls still because hedges still stop. And we can't ride it through or anything. Or hold on, now if we turn it back to shift, no, we can't ride that. Alright, that doesn't do anything for us. We can push the ghost all the way over here. I kind of feel like we're trapped. Unless we can find a way out of this cage, as it were. Oh, we got some action in the chat. Hello, hello, Haster. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for tuning in. We're just playing ourselves a little puzzle game this afternoon, some Baba Is You. Are you familiar with the game at all? We've been playing it over the past couple of weeks on and off. A little language-based puzzle game. Pretty fun, but pretty challenging at the same time. You wrote an essay on this game, legitimately? Haven't actually finished it though. It's a really cool idea. One of the things that I was always wondering about this game is, does it even have translations, like a translated version for other languages? Because some of them you could probably do pretty easily, like I'm sure languages like German, maybe French, obey the same sort of article, subject, object-based interactions. But there's got to be a bunch that just wouldn't work whatsoever. Yeah, for one of my game design classes, I wrote a short essay on it. Nice, nice. Well, maybe you know the tips and tricks that we're missing here. Oh, you know what? I think I might have just figured this one out. Let's see. Because the only other thing that we can interact with is the is shift. How does the up block do when it goes onto the belt? Well, I was wondering if it might phase into the hedge, but unfortunately it just sticks there, even with belt being shift. We can hold down space, let time run, doesn't do anything. But what I was just thinking of, scoot this back over here, is we might be able to turn ourselves into shift. And then what does that do? It effectively turns us into a self-contained pushing machine. So can we push? Yo, we can push stuff out of the way down there. That's probably not what we want to do though. We want that ghost because the ghost is push and the ghost is hot. And the flowers are melt, so we could clear these all out if we just push the ghost into the way. Presumably. So we can push this down here where the ghost is at. Maybe. You know what? Okay. I think that'll work, but I think we have to put the belt there first. So here's how I think we got to do this. Belt goes up. Is shift comes all the way over here. That turns us into a one Baba pushing machine. Then belt has to become up again. That changes its direction. Ghost can be pushed on its own. Belt has to become shift again. So that pushes him up there, and then we can loop around and push the ghost out a little bit more. Then can we clear all these flowers? 1, 2, 3, perfect. We nailed it. Good job, everybody, good job. I'm glad we had Haster around. He's an expert on this game. He wrote an article on it. He wrote an essay on it, as we know. All right. Concrete Goals is the title of the next one. We got 2 more to defeat for this zone. Some of these we're getting in like 5 minutes, and other ones, I think one of them took us like 15 minutes just to figure out. And sometimes it's the real simple looking ones that are the hardest. Alright, let's see what we got here. Flag is win, belt is push, belt is also shift. Wall is stop, tree is stop, flag is stop, flag is stop. Now why would flag be stop? Because if flag is stop, then we can't touch it to win, I believe. So we can push stuff all the way here, but it's not going to do as much good because flag is stop. Aster says, expert, I just studied it from a game mechanics perspective. I did not clear it. Well, we haven't even studied it from a game mechanics perspective. I mean, we really like how that is set up. This is such a cool way to do a game, this language-based puzzling. But you're ahead of the curve on this channel, that's for sure. Alright, so if belt stops being pushed, then we can ride it all the way down here. Ooh, then we can turn off wall being stop. So we can walk right through the wall. That's decent. That could be handy. You think you got this one? Alright, let's see if we can figure this out. And then we'll come to you for advice here. Now, technically, we could take all of these pieces out. That's probably the smart thing to do, because we want to have as much language, as much text to work with as possible. Now, we can't move flag out of the way here because of those trees, those pesky trees. But can we move text into the trees? No, we cannot, because they're stop as well. We should be able to push the flag out of there if we really had to, though. But while we're at it, if belt can be pushed, then what is it good for? Can we push it onto trees? We cannot. So you come back up here. See, normally I would try to do something like change the win condition to wall or something else. But I don't think that's going to work here. Because flag is stop, tree is stop. Where is flag is stop? Down here in the... Oh, you know what? I'm in the way. That's why. Hold on, let's see if you can see it here. Flag is stop. I was blocking it there with myself over in the bottom right-hand corner next to tree is stop. Sometimes the UI covers stuff up, unfortunately. So we can't get through trees, we can't get through flags. Does that change the solution you had in mind? As you can see here, we can't walk through the flag right now. A bit, yeah? Yeah, because if flag wasn't stopped, we could walk right into it right now. It'd be no problem. Alright, we can't use any text through the trees. Nope. I did notice, though, that we were moving around these leaves and other background elements. I don't think that's critical to success here. It's just something I noticed when we were pushing the walls. Or pushing the belt. You can see we're moving extra stuff. Okay, hold on. We cannot push text into trees, but can we push text into text? We cannot. Okay. Master says, interesting observation. I wonder if they can breach the trees. That's worth exploring, because look, we can do a little landscaping here. Yeah, the background elements. No, they cannot either, unfortunately, and they just sort of get left behind in a clump after we're done with them. But hey, here's a question. Can we take a piece like this, or if we position it properly? Are we able to ride that in somehow? Not really, because tree is still stopped, so it keeps us from phasing through it. There was the solution to some puzzles in the past, in the very early part of the game, I think in the first or second time we were playing, where the solution was actually to get yourself trapped inside certain elements of the map, and then push stuff out from the inside, basically. Okay. I'm sure we can figure this out, though. We're intelligent people. Now, flag could become shift. Flag could become push. Background grammar doesn't work. Oh, backwards grammar? No, if you were to put win is belt or something like that, no. It's gotta be subject followed by condition, followed by adjective. You know what? Maybe that's it. Consider this for a moment. If flag becomes push, then even though it's stop, we can still move it around. Can we make it so it moves into us? Oh, I guess so. So we can't move into it, but it can move into us. That is a tricky one. Clever, yes, but tricky. Alright, we gotta figure out 2 more of these to finish this zone. Victory in the open. Let's see what this one's about. Okay, Baba is you, Kiki is move, floor is defeat. Oh, flower is defeat. So Kiki is move. Does that mean that he's gonna get defeated by that flower? No, he can walk through it because defeat only applies to stuff that's us, I guess. Kiki is also right, so he can only move one way, it looks like. All the stop, Baba is you. So we need to obtain that win condition. But of course we can't walk through here, so we're gonna have to use Kiki to maybe push it all the way back for us. so we can control his rightward and upward movement. But it looks like we only get a couple chances at that. Well, here's the thing. He can only be positioned right and up, but if we move this out of the way, he'll hit the wall and he'll bounce back. So we can make some minor adjustments to him along the way. But if we wanted to set him to being up, for example, it looks like we'd only have one shot at it, because we can't move past these flowers to rearrange it. Yeah, anything that's moving will bounce as soon as it hits a solid surface. Or the bounds of the map, for that matter. I'm sure this isn't going to be the solution, but let's set this up so that we have something to work with. That would set him to being up. And we could set him to being right. And turn him off of being up. Then we could set him to being move again. There we go. Then we could reset him to being up. Set him back to being move. Oh, because we gotta take him off of up. There we go. So he'll move that down. We should have gotten ready to turn that off because we don't want him to hit the wall straight on. There we go. Set him to being right. Set him to being move. Set him to being up. So this is all about timing proper. Turn off up. Set him to right. Set him to move. So basically making very tiny adjustments to his trajectory over and over. So as soon as he gets across there, that's fine. Now why don't we make Kiki is win, and we should be able to walk right into him for the victory. There you go. A little finessing is all that it takes. All right. Level 9, and that should be it for this section. Esther says, I have not had enough coffee for this. Yeah, it's it takes all of your mental faculties. Yep. Are you noticing any lag spikes today? I'm seeing a bit of a drop in frame quality there. Hopefully we'll stay up. Might be experiencing some atmospheric conditions. Alright, what's our setup here? Flag is push. We've got bugs. Bugs are defeat, so can't touch bugs, right? Can't touch bugs. There were a few earlier? Okay. I thought I saw some spikes there. We'll try to stay up as long as we can here. So Kiki is U, belt is shift, hedge is stop, bug is defeat, flag is push. So, can we use flags to push bugs? Whoops, is the question. Nope, but we can push flags onto those conveyors. We could do something like that. Shift one all the way to the end there, so that we have one ready to go. Oh, that's what it does. That's cool. Okay. It blocks us from being pushed into this little hole here. That's useful. But I'm sure, quite sure in fact, we don't want to lose this flag here. So we can push that one out of the way. We should have been using some of this excess language parts to begin with, probably. Okay, let's restart that. That one can ride all the way down. We could do something like that. Now, ideally, you don't have excess though, you need 3 and you only have 3. Well, here's what I was thinking, is that if we had redone this one a little better, see, after we get flag into push there, we can push these down. I'm pretty sure that if we can arrange it vertically, we can block off that spot so that we can walk through here, push the win over, walk back, come down this way, push the win over so that Baba is win, and then walk into him. I think it's just a matter of getting the right setup for that. But flag is no longer pushed, so you can get stuck. Oh, is that true? Let's double check that. I think you might be right. You are right. Okay, so we don't want to do that. Good call. But in that case, what we may still be able to do then, do we have to put the flag down here and push this whole series of text over here long enough for us to walk through, I wonder? Or something like that. Or should we have saved that original is? Maybe we weren't supposed to get rid of that. Because what's the last thing we do? The last thing we do is come down this way and move that win. So ideally we could put flag as push into here, because at a point we won't need it. Then the question is, do we have enough to push the other one down here? Let's reset again, just so we got everything lined up nice and neat. Alright, we're very close to this one, I'm sure. We're steps away from figuring this one out. We just got to put it all into the right order. Move that win over first. Okay, so it's the flags. The only reason that we need the flags is to get that win out of the way. So It's not about the flags then, is it? Oh, I think I might see it now. Because what always blocks our movement? Not flags, but text. So if we plug these up with text, then we don't even have to worry about what is or isn't push, right? So if we, first things first, see if this works, get the win out of the way. That sets us up. Now it doesn't matter if flag is push or not, because we're not going back down here anymore. We can put something in here. We can put something in here. And we should be able to walk all the way down. Yeah, because text always blocks us no matter what we're doing. Hey, there we go. Baba is win. Congratulations, we did it. Was that the solution you had in mind, Haster? Were we on the same wavelength there? You figured an easier way out? Well, hold on. Oh, we unlocked new spaces. Well, hold on, let's try that again then. What was your idea? Yours is more complicated than that, so what did you have in mind? What did you think it was gonna be? Because there's probably multiple solutions to these, and I'm always interested in what people have in mind when they're watching us play through. So line up the two is and a flag. The two is and a flag. Use the flag and is to push an is down. Oh. So you would have something like you were thinking like this, because once you push it, flag still stays push. So it goes down like that. Which then I guess you could do the same thing here. Flag still push, so you can go bam. Oh, but the other way around? What do you mean the other way around? Pushing two flags? Use the flag and is. Oh, use the to push an is down. Okay, I see what you mean. So you're talking about put the is down there. So you plug it up with an is instead of a flag. Was that the idea? That could work, right? Because then we could still go down here, knock the win out, and then it just becomes an issue of you'd want to put the flag up here and still have enough stuff. Okay, so it goes over there. These two come down here. Oh, would that work though? Because then flags no longer push, right? So we'd get stuck here. We would have to instead the flag would have to be the last thing that goes through, right? So take that off of there. But then that becomes a problem, doesn't it? Because as soon as one gets away from us, flags no longer push. We can't move this one around anymore. So we'd have that one, we'd get stuck down here. Maybe there was only one way to do it, unless I'm missing something from your solution, Aster. You would use the first flag and is to basically swap an is for another one. Okay, alright. It's a pretty tightly confined solution, though. There's maybe only 1 or 2 or 3 ways that you could arrange those. Glad we figured that out, though. That's a good thing to keep in mind. You can always block stuff off permanently with text. Alright, back to the map. Back to the world map. And you know what? We cleared another area. Oh, what's this? Looks like we just unlocked something here. Volcanic cavern. Okay, that's the 9th sub-level. We were only on what? The 5th. 8. These are all out of order, too. Rocket trip. Oh, come on, though. Rocket trip. You know that's what we're all about. Let's take a look at that. Nice looking, nice looking. That takes us back to the map. Empty. Ominous. It was made for us, that's right. Oh, this is so minimalistic. Alright, Baba is you. Empty is... oh. So what is empty? Belt is shift, flag is win, cloud is stop. Stars, these are nice. What does empty mean, though? Is that just the void space? Anything that doesn't have stuff in it? Huh. Okay, cloud is stop, so we're not going to be able to push stuff into it. You think empty is everything that doesn't have a block? Could be, could be. So for example, if empty was stop, then yeah, we can't move anywhere. Everything stops us. Okay. So let's not do that. Thank you. There's not a whole lot of space to maneuver, though, is there? But here we go. We can turn belt into empty, right? That'll completely clear it. It will. So we can walk right into flag. Okay. Not so hard. Yeah, the stars are just decoration, I think. I was walking through them before. Unless we might be able to turn them into interactable stuff, like those leaves that we were interacting with earlier. I'm sure I've seen leaves as an actual game element in one of the earlier levels. Well, it's not in the bold text like all the other states or adjectives. But you can always turn objects into other objects. Like you can always turn keys into babas or kikis into walls and stuff like that. So empty just basically means deleting it, I suppose. Lonely flag. This really was a level made for us. Okay, flag is win. This is new. Annie is best. What does best mean? Door is stop. So if we take what we learned from the last level and we turn door into empty, it's all gone. Perfect. Oh, bonus points. That could be interesting. All right, wall is stop. Flag is win. Now what happens when we turn door off of empty? Here's the question. Does it remember old states? It does not. Okay. Oh, we got some action in the chat. Twisted Rune 87. Annie was the significant other of the game developer. Oh! So I wonder, is it something we can even interact with, or is it just walled off for a reason then? Just a little Easter egg? Let's see here. Wall is stop, door is stop, but we don't have doors anymore, so we could play around with this a little. What happens if empty is you? That's a good question. Whoa, hold on. What it means is we can actually move stuff, but only within reason. That's a weird perspective to have. Twisted Rune says, also hi, been lurking and getting work done. Well, thanks for tuning in. I hope you've been enjoying us try to puzzle our way through some of this stuff. We're always thankful to have new listeners. Are you familiar with the game, Twisted Rune? I mean, you must be if you know that sort of detail about Annie being the connected to the developer. But have you beaten the game before, or are you like Haster? Just a little bit of experience with it. We've never actually completed Baba Is You. I gave it a try maybe a couple of years ago, or whenever it first came out, but never got through all the levels here. Empty Is You is trippy. You're right, Haster. Alright, so we don't want to be empty right now. We might come back to that. I've beaten it, quote unquote, but I haven't completed 100% yet. No, I don't know if we're even gonna shoot for 100%. There's some pretty standard maps that are still taking us like 10-15 minutes to sort out. Now here's a question. So check this out, Aster. And everybody listening in. So if we turn empty into door, is that just going to turn everything? It is. That's wild, isn't it? Twisted Rune says, if you really want to do all the puzzles, you're definitely in for a trip. Yeah, I'll bet. There was one bonus level, like off the adjacency of the map that opened up after the first or second subzone that we did. And it just opened up into all of these conveyors and skulls moving around and all sorts of stuff. And somebody in the chat told me at the time, like, yeah, you want to wait and come back to this later. You're not equipped for this. So we've got doors galores, and we can walk around because technically door isn't stop anymore. Aster's saying empty is door, door is you. If door is us, then what does that do for us? Door becomes us. Oh, we can walk right into that flag. Good call, Haster. Good call. Twisted Rune saying, the bonus levels aren't always the hardest, but they frequently are. I believe it. I mean, what sort of a madman do you have to be to even come up with this game? Like, it's a great premise, but then to have the mental faculties to actually put together half of these puzzles. I mean, they're not the easiest things in the world. Babas, are you? Uh-oh. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? It's crazy. The levels are all made by the same person, and some of them are all so different. And they'll always try to get you with the first couple of levels in one of these subzones. Where you're like, oh, that's easy. Yeah, they introduced some new mechanic. Seems like you've got it made. So these are all clouds here, right? This isn't technically empty space. So rock is defeat and not Baba. So we can't turn rock into Baba. That's good to know. Rock is push, empty is Baba, Baba is you, and stop. Whoa, hold on. Empty is Baba. So this is the only empty space on the map, technically, then. Is that right? Basically making a clone generator. Infinite Babas. That's we've probably gone overboard already. Yep, we're making a whole train of Babas, that's right. But how do we get out of these walls? Because wall is stop. So here's what we want to do. We want to have fewer Babas. Let's try just... Oh, man. I was going to say, is it going to be like Snake, where it wraps around? But I guess not. Maybe here's what we want to do. turn off empty as Baba? Okay, now we have a manageable amount of Babas. Now, Rock can't be Baba. We already know that. They're very specific about that. Babas is you, yes. Babas are we. I am Baba. No, I am Baba. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of stuff that we can interact with here, is there? Oh, but yo, check this out. So because we freed up this space here over the Rocket's push, if we were to put empty back into being Baba, we'd probably start spawning out of here too, wouldn't we? Let's just test that out. Yes, we do. All your Baba belong to us. Man. That's some old gold right there, Haster. You know what else we could do? We could turn empty into Rock. And then turn Rock into push. What would that allow us to do, though? What's been the hardest level for you so far? Let me think. It was definitely one of the first few sub-zones that we played in the first stream or two that we started doing this. I feel like it was one of the ones that involved either automating movement of Kiki or something like that, where you have to time his movement and control it, or having to do with a lot of conveyor belts. I can't remember the name of most of these off the top of my head. But there's definitely ones where we spent like 15-20 minutes tooling around trying to figure something out, and then when we finally get the solution to it, it's like, oh, obviously, why didn't I think of that before? Haster, you think you figured this one out? See, I'd like to know what happens if we... See, this is the problem with having so many Babas here. Alright, let's reset this. Rock can't be Baba, we know that. Ice is... Ice is what? Ideally, Ice would be Win. But how are we gonna get over there? If we turn Rock into empty, then we can start spawning up there. So let's give that a shot, shall we? Forget about Rock being push. Rock is empty. Now we've got a Baba up top. Is Win. See, the problem is I'm worried about us messing something up as we're going. Ice is Win. There we go. What did Haster say? Rock is empty. Empty is Baba. Get one Baba on the outside. Yep, we had the same idea. So Rock couldn't be Baba, but it could be anything else, technically, at that point. Let's scoot around this side. Starboard side. Please hold my key, this one is called. Loving these space levels, this one is pretty good. Alright, Baba is us, flag is Win, door is shut, cloud and door is stop, alright. Key is push and fall. Does that mean if we touch the key... Oh! There's effectively gravity to this. Did you see that? I never really thought of this being vertical. But what happens if we... Okay, so we can support it on a a layer of text. Problem is, how do we move it all the way over there? We have to use something less critical as the first one, so that we can move it to the end here, slide it over here, reposition the is. Now we can start moving it piece by piece. Then we just turn key into open. But hold on. As soon as we get the key passed here, it's going to want to drop down here too, isn't it? Oh, but that's fine because we just have to hit the flag. Open that door. Get on the floor. Love it. That's a fun way to introduce new stuff. Alright, sit back over here for level 5. Horror story. In space, nobody can hear you scream, Space Cadets. Keep that in mind. Alright, rocket. We've got rockets. Rocket is push, cloud is stop, flag is win, Baba is you. Now, can we not just be empty? And we'd be touching the flag, so wouldn't we win? Just like that? Oh no, I guess not. We can move everything else around, including the rocket. Oh, Vector's subtly threatening to murder us all. That's right, guys. Nobody can hear you scream. Okay, so we gotta turn ourselves back into Baba. How come we can't move up anymore? Is there a limit to how much empty space there is? It feels like it. Yeah. Okay, so that's something to consider. Everything that is empty here technically fills a space, a volume. Twisted Rune says that empty moves onto the flag, then empty is no longer you in that space. Ah. You got it to the bottom, you need to be under it to push it up. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see if we can do this. We gotta turn ourselves into empty, and then we need the rocket or something else to fix that back to normal so that we can become Baba again and scoot back into position, yeah? So it's tricky, says Haster, but not too difficult, I think. Yeah, I'm sure we can figure this out. Just question is, what side do we approach it from? Okay, let's see here. Okay, not like that. Not like that. Okay, not like that then. So I think we want to have the rocket on the same level as it. No, we're colliding with empty spaces. Ugh. See, it would be nice to have... Okay, so that's what we can do then. Just approach it from the other side. And it'll knock itself back into place there. Okay. Done. If you push it onto the clouds, does it revert back? No, because clouds are stop that time. Or that might be what we just did, is what you had in mind there. Yeah, we used it as an obstacle. Push it back into place. Aiming high. Ad Astra, Space Cadets. Shoot for the stars. Okay, we got new elements here. Had the same idea? Nice. Same wavelength. Baba is you. We've got 2 Babas. Cloud is stop. Dust is win. What is dust? Moon is push and open and fall. So the moon will drop down. Star is shut. Star has dust. Okay. So in order to get dust, we need to combine moon, because it's open, and star, because it's shut. Cloud is not you, okay. Cloud is stop, that's fine. Now, is star fall as well, or is just moon fall? Star is not push, though, is it? Alright, let's just see what happens. Come through here. Can't move that, but we can move moons. Moon drops. So it would go all the way down there. Ideally, we would want to get the star to fall around the same area. Yeah, we need to get the moon to touch the star so that we can make dust, so that we can turn dust into wind, so that we can succeed. Now we could turn something else into us, technically. But ice, which is what we've got as the barrier here, is stop, and there's no way to interact with that. So instead, maybe what we want to do is be clouds. We'd have to basically take the moon all the way up there and drop it onto the star. That might be something we can do. Pastor says you could line it up so you push one moon on top of one Baba using the other Baba. Oh, I hadn't considered that. Let's see if that works. Because clouds are stop. Excellent. So we just have to fix up the difference in their positioning. Should be off by 2, I think. Let's see. Oh, okay. So they move at the same time, so we actually want them to be just one closer together. No, okay. So because the moon is not... Or actually, I'm not sure why that doesn't work. Because the moon is not stop, or because Baba's not stop? But you know what? We've got all the things that we need to fix that, I think. So we've got an extra is that we don't have to use until later. So we could say, Baba is you. Cloud is stop and Baba is stop, if we can fix these up at the same time. We've got to move it at exactly the same time. Oh, that's tricky. And then Baba becomes stop. Now we should be able to drop it on top of ourselves. Theoretically. Alright, let's make sure that we're lined up proper. Yep, there we go. Look at that. we just have to get ourselves on the same level. Push that in. Dust. We've got dust. So now we just have to go back. Turn dust into wind. Boom, look at that. That was good experimentation, Haster. Good experimentation, because if we hadn't tried to push it on top of ourselves, we wouldn't have noticed that it was slipping through. So we wouldn't have tried to turn ourselves into stop. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty clever one. I like that one. All right, number 7, trio. I tell you what, I think we're gonna try to finish up this space level, get the 8 that we need. You know, a lot of that information is sort of covered up by the logo that we got up there. But you can see we've got 6 out of 8 of these little dandelions, which will give us another one of these, which should open up a new section of the map. Aster saying, yeah, so fall is only held by stop, not by push. Yep. So even if you can push it, if you're not stopping it, it'll fall right through you. But I think we'll try to finish up the 8 we need for this section, and then we'll probably call it a day, because we're getting close to 2 hours now. We'll let everybody get back to their daily schedule. We got a few things to take care of. So let's see what we're in store for now. Pop that back up there. Number 7, trio. These space levels are pretty fun, though. Okay, me is push. Skull is defeat. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Me is me. What is us, though? Baba is you. Okay, Baba is you. Kiki is fall. Me is push. Kiki is move. Aster saying, so that means that text blocks are push for you, but stop for everything else. They're push for us, and I guess they're stop for us as well. But no, they're not stop for everything else, because most of the time we can push text blocks through anything that isn't stop. So unless something says it's stop, we can push text right through it, just like we can walk through it. Because the key didn't fall through the text. That's right, though. You're right about that. Because we let it ride right across the Baba is you. So I guess that only applies to fall stuff, though. It's very interesting how this all interacts with one another. So me is push, and me is this purple thing here. So if we push him out of the way, Kiki falls, because Kiki is fall, and it doesn't look like we can interact with that in any meaningful way. But we could push them... Oh, so we can't even push him up without Kiki falling through. Unless... if we turn Kiki into move... Oh no, he's just gonna go for a jog down there. Text blocks do behave weirdly, man. So if me is push and move... What's the play here, first of all? Skull is defeat, so we can't walk through here. But if we can get me up here and turn him into move and push at the same time, then we could get him out of the way. So maybe Kiki is just a little orange herring here. Maybe he's not really that important to the victory condition. Let's see. Skull is defeat. Let's see if this works. Push him this way. Push and move. So will that move the skull out of the way? No, okay. And why is that? Because the skull itself is not move. Or is not push, rather. Okay then, okay then. It can move defeat. Oh, I wonder. No, because if you'll see what, as he comes back here, he'll still move text and stuff. But here's a question. If we turn off push for him and just make him move, will he walk straight through? No, he won't. He'll still keep pushing it. Oh, we got some more action in the chat. Joko450. What is over there anyway? Over there on this side? Well, we want to get through here so we can go down here so we can push that out of the way so we can get the flag. There's really only one good shot at the flag, because if we try to just push this straight down, it's going to block us off. We're not going to be able to get through there, unfortunately. Thanks for tuning in. How many people have we got watching us silently today? Oh, looks like we got quite a few people tuning in. Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. We don't notice the number of people in the chat most of the time when we're playing. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for helping out the channel. Alright, let's do a hard reset on this one. So we got everything back to square one. Alright, what can we do here? Maybe Kiki is important. I mean, they wouldn't give it to us if he wasn't at least a little bit important. Kiki is fall. And what we have learned is that that doesn't interact with text, so he can walk right over that, he won't push it down. Now if me becomes move at the same time that Kiki is push. Oh, no. What just happened there? Kiki becomes push, so he just falls through. Now, is there any other... No, because skull is just a feat. What I was originally thinking was, is there some way that we can upset the Kiki is fall portion of it? But instead, I wonder if what we have to do is get Kiki up here so that he can basically fall all the way down here. Maybe get something in the way here so that he bounces back, walks, knocks that out of the way. Because technically we can walk right through him, right? Yeah, he doesn't interfere with us, but he'll move everything else, I'm pretty sure. If we set it up that way. Aster says, I'm wondering if me is push and move, can it not push? So if me becomes push and move, can it move the defeat out of the skull? And then Baba can just go through the skulls of the flag. That would be great. We just have to get him down there, first of all. We don't have the up and right or left and down tools to direct his movement once we get him past here. He just bounces back and forth. So we have to either build some sort of scaffolding to get Kiki up there to do the job, because he'll actually fall down on his own. Now here's the thing. Yeah, right? Oh, you think you got it? Well, hold on. Let me think of a few things here. Before we start polling the chat. So Kiki. Alright, so we know that if me is push and Kiki stays the way that they are, the Kiki just falls right through. But what if they were both push? Can we elevate their position at that point? I feel like watching it, I'd have an easier time figuring some of these out too. Okay, so we can do that. We can get them both up on the same level here. Now, how do we turn them at the same time so that they're walking toward the skulls? They're both push. Okay, so technically then, if we turn them into move, it could walk over us, or no, we could just use text. We learned that earlier. We can use text as a bridge, right? So if Kiki becomes pushed, okay, so Kiki will walk this way, drop down, and then get stuck in there. So before that happens, we need to block that up, gum that up somehow. Okay. Yeah, we need to find a way to make Kiki turn right here, or put something in the way here. Which I'm wondering if we have to get me down there as well. Not me, Baba, but me, the purple me. This must sound like the ravings of a lunatic, just listening to the audio. All of this simplified language. Alright, so if we can make Kiki, or if we can make me fall as well, that would be ideal, but I don't think we can. We've got no way to access that, right? No. And we can't push downward, unfortunately. You know what? You know what? Maybe we need that move, so maybe we don't put that one right there. We might have to change some of this sentence structure here. Haster now saying, maybe I don't got it after all, because yeah, we need to send something down there somehow, so Kiki, yeah, bounces off. We need to plug up this space right here, so that me or Kiki or whoever gets down here, bounces back, falls, pushes that out of the way. And in order to do that, okay, can we bring all of this down? Because we do have to build some sort of scaffolding for them. So we could push them toward it if we have to. And we still can interact with move somehow. So let's see what happens if we turn it into move. Just so we're all on the same page here. Oh, Haster saying maybe, yeah. Same message. Okay, so they're both moving. Kiki falls. Kiki gets stuck. So not what we want to do, and then me takes off with our additional text. So that's the challenge we're trying to overcome right now. We've definitely got something here with this sentence scaffolding, though. Haster saying, you think there's a reason for me is me? The reason for me is so that we can't turn me into another Kiki. Not a red herring, but just to make it difficult for us, because if we had 2 Kikis, then we could drop one, it would get stuck there, then the other one could drop down and walk on top of it, I think. So the reason that's not there, or the reason that the me is there, is so it can't turn into a Kiki and be affected by the same stuff. The same effects, as it were. Yeah, they're going out of their way to make it difficult for us. Now here's the thing, technically these guys don't have to go through at the same time, right? If we back up a bit. Annoying but smart, yeah. Because really it's just Kiki that needs to go through. Ideally. So we can set him up right there. Yeah, me can come back if it's move. It'll bounce all over the place, it'll bounce off clouds. So what happens if Kiki goes through, drops down, oh, hold on, drops down, alright, he's stuck there. At that point, how do we turn him around? That's the question. Indeed, we're getting hmms in the chat. We try to avoid radio silence as much as possible, but sometimes we just get so focused on the puzzle at hand here. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait an absolute minute. I think I've figured this out. Twisted Rune saying this one is for sure one of the tougher ones in the Space Zone. I believe it. I hope so. I hope the next one that we do isn't quite so tough, but I think we got it here. Haster saying, does pushing something behind it change its direction? No, it's basically whatever direction you push it in last. It keeps that momentum. So if we were to hit it with move or push again or anything like that, it would just keep going the same way. But I think we're onto something here. I just had a moment of clarity. Joko saying, but Kiki won't turn around before falling into the pit. That's right. So what we need to do is turn Kiki around up here somehow, and I think the way that we do that... Let's hit the reset here. I think we got it. Oh, you know what? We probably didn't have to go back that far. But I think what we're gonna have to do... Haster saying, so if we push Kiki left, then use a block to push it through, it should keep heading left. If they could connect somehow, yes. But I think instead of that... See, I was just... For the sake of ease, I was lining everything up with these clouds so it had a platform to go along. But I think what we have to do is raise it up one or two. One level. So that Kiki bounces off of here and turns around. And the way that we do that is to basically take the whole sentence and push it through. And the way that we do that, of course, is to have Kiki and me move at the same time. Joker's saying, I don't see how Kiki as me would help. It's even though me doesn't fall, there's a cloud in the way. Yeah, so we're going to use that cloud to our advantage now, I think. You see what I'm getting at, Haster? Let's see if we can set that up proper. So first things first, we have to make both of these guys push. So that we can raise them up. And we want to have Kiki one higher this time. And we'll block him off there for the moment. And you come over here, friendo. Move this all down. Yeah, we'll see if this works or not. So how much space is here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we want to get that is out of the way, because that would actually block it off entirely. We want to push him in the right direction so that he's ready to go. But not on the push, because we need to move that. Kiki's ready to move, me is ready to move, and we'll have to approach this from above, because we don't want to block it off. Alright, the moment of truth. Oh, did we lose you, Joko? I'm pretty sure this is what's gonna happen. Me, once we turn this into move, Kiki and me will both be move. So they're gonna move in tandem past here. They don't interact with the skull, that's fine. But once Kiki hits that wall, he'll be moving with this. This will get stuck here. He'll bounce off of it, come back, fall down, be facing left, which will let him go here, turn off skull as defeat, and we should be able to walk straight through. Haster saying, also, I was wrong. Kiki switched directions when you pushed me? Really? Was that because I pushed them at the same time? Yeah, let's see if it works. All right. Engage. Move. Okay. The machine is in motion. Me comes back. Kiki bounces, falls. Skull no longer defeat. We can walk right through. Check that out. Victory. What's the level called? The level was called Trio. So we had to use all three of them at the same time. That was the key to it. Real gaming right there. Well, to be fair, I think that took us like, what, almost 20 minutes to figure out. It felt like, at least. Alright, the last one we're gonna do today then. If we can get our last 8 of 8 little zones completed. God gamer status, as if. No, if we were real puzzle game champs, we would have figured that out in like 5 minutes, lickety-split. Alright, bottleneck. That gives us some idea that we're going to be funneling ourselves. Twisted Rune Trio is one of my favorite levels. It's an amazing amount of lateral thinking going on in that one. Indeed, indeed. No wonder it took us so long to figure that out. That's pretty well put together. Alright, what's our setup here? Belt is shift. That's pretty classic for belts. Skull is not engaged with yet. So we gotta send something down there, which will push flag into being win and skull into being defeat. Star and rocket is push. Okay, so we can play around with these. And with the rocket. Rocket is stop, cloud is stop, Baba is you, text is float, star is star, and defeat. So right now, skull is not defeat, so we could move right through here. But as soon as we do, star becomes defeat, which means we can't push stars anymore. So I wonder if the ticket is to push a star down here. Will that push things into position? It does, okay. So we gotta be over on this side before that happens, basically. Or we could use the rocket Because I don't think the rocket... has any sort of problem here. Now we've got an empty space. We can do stuff with empty. For example, if empty was to become rockets or something like that, we gotta be cognizant of all our empty spaces. So that would include here. It would include here. So if, for example, empty became rocket and push, let's see what would happen. Oh, no, everything actually gets blocked off. Okay, that doesn't work. Don't want that then. Aster saying, after you use the star on the left, can you make star is empty? Or does star overwrite that? Yeah, star is star would overwrite that, I'm pretty sure. We can double check, but... Oh, can't get through there. Because star is not push. You know what, I'm not even going to test it because I'm, 100% sure that's not going to work. That's why they put star as star. We're going to have to do something with empty, though. That much is clear. They wouldn't give it to us right there smack dab in the center if it wasn't somehow important to us. And I'm thinking what it's going to be... is something like, well, hold on, what if we just turn empty is push? Can we start pushing empty space all of a sudden? Like, what happens if we... Oh, man. Nope, we just get stuck. Well, it turns out we get stuck going in very limited directions. Why is that, though? Because empty... Why can we move that way, but not any other way? We can only move left. And why can we only move left? That I'm not sure. Aster saying, okay, Vector, can we stop sharing the same brain cell? No, because, listen, if we've only got one between us, we gotta overwork this thing to its max capacity. We gotta split it like an atom and release incredible mental energy. That's what we've gotta do. And that goes for all the Space Cadets listening in today. You're absolutely right, because the empty blocks get shifted by the belt. That's why we can move left. I hadn't even thought of that. It's pushing all the empty blocks up here. So here's a question. Let's push this on the other side so that we can undo it if needs be. But if we let that run long enough, is that gonna let empty push the win into position? No, it doesn't look like it is. Why not, though? And I'd love to undo that, technically. Okay. Empty becomes push. Oh, you know why it didn't happen? Here's why it didn't happen. Because we didn't move to the left. But if we do it now, move to the left, give it time. Oh, no, it still doesn't push it up there. You gotta push the empty blocks for enough of them to do that? We shouldn't have to. We moved over one. So that should have moved one empty block into there. Let's try it a couple more times. No, no. Nope, that's not it then. That would be an interesting way, basically altering the field invisibly. That would be a wacky solution, if that was it. Okay, what can we do here? Star and rocket is push. You think maybe empty stops existing when it hits the belt? Maybe. The belt might take precedent. It can't have nothing on it? I don't know. It isn't empty, there's a belt there. Yeah, well, more than one object can occupy a belt space. That's how it moves stuff, so it must take that into account on some level. But here's a question. Let's say star and empty was push, for example. And let's have it all on the same level, just so I can see that this works proper. Oops. Get out of the way. Or actually, no, we want this down another level because where we're going to end up is one on top of it. Okay, star and empty is push. Now we can push an empty space, which moves the star, which gets it all the way up there. Master's saying it does, but I don't think it does for empty. That's why empty doesn't become an automatic win when you move in any direction, because the flag block isn't empty. True. But here we're learning that we can use empty spaces to move other stuff. Channeling the force here. So I think this is going to be another case where we have to set it up so that it moves in time for us to get past here. So before Skull becomes defeat, we've got to be over here, basically, so that we can scoot on up and get to that flag after it knocks flag into the win position. Does that make sense? Let's give that a try. See how much we have to finesse that. So we want to have a star very close to us here. Or a rocket, I guess we could use a rocket too. Oh, but we've got to at least be on this level so that we can push the star. Okay, I think we got this. Gotta have enough space so that we can move down. Right? Oh yeah, so we want the star to be way over here, ready to go, basically. Aster says, nope, my brain can't cope anymore. I think this will make sense when you see it. Check this out. We're going to want it to be here this time, actually. Because we're going to come from underneath, I think. Try to be as close to the wall as possible. So star and empty are going to become push. We're going to move one space to the left, which is going to push the star onto the conveyor belt. Then we're going to skedaddle past the skull here before it gets turned. Let's see if that works. Push. Force push. Oh no! Now we can't move back because all the empty is blocking us from getting there. Which means, what does that mean? Well, it basically means we have to push something else out of the way. We gotta find a way to disrupt this sentence after we activate it. Yeah, you see what we're getting at? We just gotta find a way to undo it once we put it into motion. So we can't go any other way but left because the whatchamacallit, cloud is stopped means you can't go through the empty push blocks, though. The empty push block. Well, what we're trying to do, we're trying to get past the skull here. That's all we have to do. It's not a danger right now. It doesn't become defeat until the star gets up to here. At which point it also turns flag into win, which is what we want to get to. Oh, that's why we couldn't go back. That's right, because everything's colliding with these walls here. You're right. So, all we have to do then, we just gotta rearrange this vertically. So we want to get that push off the wall then. Basically want it to be down here. Although we need one more space for this to work. So here's what we do then. Gotta set that up just right. Star and empty becomes push. That's step one. We hit one more to the left, which will disrupt the sentence, and then we should be able to scoot. Yeah, you need to set it up so that with one move you can push an empty block that sends the star onto the belt while simultaneously moving rocket back instead of empty. Well, we don't even have to move rocket back. Once that star is on the... Oh, but you're right, because star has to remain push. Well, in that case, all we have to do is make star the secondary part so that we can disrupt anything above it and it stays functional. Oh, but you know what? I locked us out of that rocket there by moving it against the wall. So star will always be push. Now rocket can be push, which means we just have to line this up again so that this becomes the one that gets hit. Okay, let's see if this works. Empty and stars push. We push, and now we can move back. Oh no! But we didn't make it in time. We were one short. But you can see how that can be done. We just have to finesse it proper. Alright, so how can we get ourselves closer to the exit then? Oh, I think I know how we do it. So we can actually keep star up top, I think. And then rocket becomes what we use to fill it in. If I'm correct about that, let's see. We might have to push this over one more, but it'll keep us closer to the bottom. It was close, which makes me think we're onto something here. So star and empty become push, which means we can push rocket over. It'll push the star because we've got empty stuff here that'll move it into place. No? No, we're just stuck. And that's because we're not pushing along this level. Okay. So we just have to move everything up 2 spaces. Technically, we'll still be closer than we were before. So we might be able to scoot over. Push. Oh no, but same thing happened. Put the rocket on the same level, maybe? You know what? Here's what I'm thinking. Why don't we use both stars to buy us a little extra time? And we move it away one, so that the second push that we do pushes the other one into place, or something like that. So if star and empty becomes push on the first little push here, it'll move over one. It won't move over two, unfortunately. Well, here's one thing. We can definitely get closer to the wall. Or can we? No, we can't, because we gotta keep that rocket in position. Or do we? Now I'm not entirely sure about that anymore. Yeah, because we have to have something to close off the gap, isn't that right? Yeah, we aren't really using the rocket. Why is that? All right, let's rethink. What can we do with the rocket here? Why would they give us a rocket if we didn't have to use the rocket? What's the stars for? What's the rocket for? They must have different functions. They can't just be interchangeable. That's why star is star. It can't be changed into rockets or something like that. Now is rocket rocket? Rocket is not rocket, so technically rocket could be star if we wanted to flip it over. But what good would that do us? We're gonna use empty. We're gonna push empty to push something onto that conveyor belt. So do we have to use the stars or the rocket to disrupt our sentence somehow? Do we need a star on the right side? No, I don't think so. I think that's just... like if we were to just try to walk through right now. Star is star and defeat. That's fine. Which means that we cannot... means we can't use stars on the conveyor belt, basically, because we can't push them into position. Unless we were using empty to push them into position. But either way, that wouldn't make a huge difference, because by the time we got over here the first way we were trying it, that would have all been set up anyways. So I think it's just to keep you from jumping over here and then trying to set stuff up. We could still move the rocket somehow. But then what are the stars for? What that's telling us, though... yeah, you can use a rocket to push the stars. I guess that's true. But of course, we couldn't get over here, push it, and make it all the way back here at the same time. So why does it matter? I think why it matters is that we need to use the stars and the rocket for different reasons. Whoops. Okay. Now the stars, because they're stars, are not empty space, and the same goes for the rocket. So can we use that to our advantage? Possibly. Because what we could do, right, is that as soon as empty and whatever else becomes push, it'll also start pushing this stuff. Will it not? If, for example, star and empties push, and let's say we were on the same level of it at the same time, we know this works. We start pushing the star. Now here's a question. If we do something like alright, we're gonna have to set this up first. Stars push. I want to see what happens when we have rockets and stars on the same level. Darn it. Get this out of the way. This is awful trying to set up. Alright. Rocket and empties push. Oh, darn it. We want this all to be on the same level. Ah, jeez. Rocket is push, come on. We will reset that. I'm all messed up now. Alright. Star and rocket is push. So if we push rocket onto the same level as star, and then say something like... First of all, let's get it all lined up where we're gonna be, so that we can push empty. Empty and rocket is push. Or no, that's star and empty. Hold on, why doesn't that work? Suddenly we can't move to the side. Is that because it's rocket? No, now we're just... Oh, we're stuck, but we've got this little area that we can walk around in. Thanks to, I'm guessing, the fact that these three items are creating a sort of void like the conveyor belt does. Alright, we're onto something here. Okay, so I think we still have to do vertical arrangement, because we want to have something ready to go here, either a star or a rocket. And then what? Then we gotta like create a vacuum for us to move around in, because look, we can move around in the stars when they're not, what do you call it? Empty, effectively. So, okay. I think I got it. Let's see here. Star and rocket is push, okay. You stay right there. Empty has to be on your level. You're going to create an abscess, basically. Let's see if this works. So star is no longer pushed, so we can walk right through star. We're going to push this over so that rocket and empty becomes push. We can move back into the star space. We can move the rocket over. Oh, but now rocket's not push, but could we make it down in time? So we could that time. We could make it down. And rocket still pushed it somehow, because everything interacts with text. Look at that. I was thinking we'd have to redo that there. Wow, what was that? Like a... that was like a half-hour puzzle. Jeez Louise. Yeah, you tuned in right at the last second there, Haster. Did you catch what we did there? Again, it's another one that seems so simple on redo. Let me show you again how it was done. So this is the thing. So stars can be moved around, rockets can be moved around. We position a rocket, we position a star. The star, when it's no longer being able to push, it creates a vacuum, basically. So when empty and rocket are both able to be pushed, we can move over. That's not technically an empty quote-unquote space, so we can move back and forth into it. So we can actually move back into there, move over again, disrupt the chain of text. I'll show you how that was set up again. So we have to, when we move, turn off empty is push. So we set that up there. We're going to be hiding here, basically. Push that over. Push it again. We'll have room to move around in, because that star creates a void, as it were. And then originally I was thinking, oh no, we're going to have to rearrange it so that rocket is always pushed, but the fact that it's on the conveyor belt means that it always knocks text out of the way, because belt is shift, as we know. So rocket, oh no, we had that right. Rocket and empty will become push once we hit that. So step one, activate. Now we have to give it another push to get it onto the conveyor belt. But remember, if we were to just do it right here, like we tried before with the stars, we would not have enough space to get down here. We'd get killed at the exact same time. But because we have this vacuum, essentially, here's what we're doing. We're pushing it in. Rocket and empty is push. In every other case, that meant that we couldn't move back to the right. But because we had the star here, we can move back into it, which allows us to then push again to the right. This time we're pushing empty space along with it. And that gives us, we don't have to move into this space to break the chain, so we can move back just in time to make it through. That's a talk about a tough one. I'm glad we figured out the vertical positioning earlier. We were onto the right idea. We just had to create a little 500 IQ. I don't know about that. It makes me wonder what these level 11, level 12 type puzzles are, that's for sure. Or bonus puzzles. This one's called Existential Crisis. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna give that one a shot today. Your head hurts? Yeah, mine too. Mine too, bud. Ugh. Well, we're coming up on almost 3 hours again. Man, geez Louise, we've been going long the past couple of nights. But as I said, I think we're going to call it there now that we completed this zone. We got one extra little full flower. That takes us up to 6 now. If we head back to the map, did we unlock any new spaces? No, not quite. We'll have to keep working at it. It's a good way to enjoy an afternoon, that's for sure. A relaxing little game. Good to have people along to give us some tips. I'm sure we discovered 1 or 2 things just from having Haster and some of the other fellas in the chat. Everybody who's been tuning in, listening idly, thanks of course for stopping by, helping us spend the afternoon. Hope you all had a good time. Oh, is this the first time you've seen the station view here, Haster? I love the monitors. Just cycling through some images yet. We've got all sorts of neat stuff here. We've got our tablet display so that we can pull up our daily spotlights. Of course, today we were talking about Kenshiro Bones. Everybody check him out. He's doing great work. Another fellow streamer. We've got our gaming view, of course. We even got our microphone if we're doing hard-hitting space news or some sort of sing-songy type content. We got all sorts of fun tools. First time I noticed them in the background there. Yeah, we like to cycle through some of our favorite sites and applications. Just a little background noise. I'm sure nobody really notices them. But anywho, I'm sure we'll return to Baba Is You again on some other weekend. They're getting harder and harder, those puzzles, though. I'm not sure if we're getting smarter. We'll see if we ever actually finish it one of these days. They look amazing? Well, thanks, Aster. I'm gonna have to check with you on where you got them. Sorry, where we got all of our assets here? Oh, we're all self-produced here on the channel, so everything you see here is sketched out by us. As for the monitor displays, what's actually shown on them, that's just screenshots that we've taken over time, edited to look a little more like the janky aesthetic that the rest of the station has. That's it. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. We've done all of our own model work, all of our own rigging, all of our own logos, all of our own chat stuff, all of our own audio, all sorts of stuff. Try to get, that's what got me interested in all this in the first place, was the idea of doing independent broadcasting, sort of experimental stuff. It's been a fun journey so far, and I'm glad that we've had all of you guys along for the ride. We're going to keep on keeping on, hopefully, for the coming months, as long as we can. And remember, everybody who's been listening in to the stream today, we're getting very, 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 very close to this month's milestone. We're trying to get 50 followers on the channel before the end of the year. I think we're up to 40 at this point. But if you like the content that we're putting out and you want to stay up to date with all of our broadcasts, then of course be sure to follow Vector Spaceman on all of our channels, especially here on Twitch. But we're also producing content over on YouTube and over on Twitter as well. So you can check us all over the place. Oh, I think we had a little glitch there. I think we're good now, though. Which is fitting because we're about to call it a day, everybody. So, Space Cadets, I want to thank you all for tuning in today, again, wherever and whenever you are. You can join us again on Monday. As I said earlier, we're going to be taking the day off tomorrow for a little station maintenance. But we'll be back on Monday live at 8 p.m. Eastern at our regular time, right here at Harbor Station. We'll catch you on the other side, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, Haster. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Everybody who helped us out with Baba Is You, thanks for stopping by. Until we see you again, Space Cadets, remember, no matter what life throws your way, good luck and Godspeed. This is Vector Spaceman signing off. Have a good afternoon, everybody.